This is Julian, and I'm here in Berlin, Germany. And what we're gonna crack into in this video here is a segment from last night's live event where I revealed the top 3 pathetic reasons you keep dabbling and giving up on your goals. Okay, now this is not some mainstream dumbed down bullshit like just believe you can do it. This is stuff that will actually change your life and get you actual results. So pay the fuck attention. So the first reason is that you have an unrealistic view of success and an unrealistic view of what it takes. Another reason I'm here and so successful and so amazing is because I learned how to play the guitar. True that. It's a true story. Learning how to play the guitar. When I was 8 years old, my parents came to me and they're like, look, we're a musical family now. I'm like, okay. Pick an instrument you're playing. Kid you not. Pick an instrument. You're going to play an instrument. You don't have a choice. You're 8. You're playing an instrument. We're a musical fucking family. I'm like, oh, I guess the guitar. And they shipped me off to play the guitar every week. I had a lesson or 2 lessons a week. And I started off playing classical guitar for about 3 years. Then I finally got my electric guitar and went from there. And because of that, I really consider that, like the whole guitar learning process, my first quote-unquote path to mastery. And it's something that a lot less people have nowadays. And the reason I say this is because I see it. Okay, people think I'm a YouTuber. They think I just make videos. No, I do coaching. That's my main fucking thing. And I see it in people. People dabble around. People give up. People have trouble staying motivated. They can't go through different plateaus because they've never mastered anything. They've just done little things here and there. They've never stuck at a certain thing, developed a certain skill for a long period of time. And that process of learning the guitar, learning how to practice, going backwards, just doing the boring fucking things over and over and over again, because it's really not glorious. Like, to get good at playing the guitar or to get good at anything, it's not glorious. You think, man, I'm going to play guitar and play behind my head. To get to that level, which I'm at, you literally are just sitting at home and it's like, don don don, don don don, don 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 don, don don don, don 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 for hours. And then the next day, don don don, don don don, fuck, don 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 don. Don't. All right. Next day, hours. It's annoying, and everyone hates you in the house. It's like, I regret to be in a musical family, having to hear this shit every day. Don't. There was me doing the don't. There was a neighbor girl playing the flute, so similar to me. It's like every fucking day, the window's open, everyone hated it. That is how you get good, okay? Now that translated in how I went about learning social skills, where a lot of people would give up, a lot of people wanted the flashy solo behind the head immediately fast. I just went the same way I learned the fucking guitar. Practice, repetition, and doing the boring foundational steps over and over and over again. It's how I went about business, how I went about fucking everything. Nowadays, as I said, less people have this path to mastery, and not only that, but you're also being blasted even more than before with social media. Success, success, success. You're conditioned to think that to be successful, it's all about the glory. Why? Because that's what tends to give people a lot of authority in a certain area. It's what adds a lot of social proof. And it's flashier, it's catchier. No one's going to buy a fucking course where it's like, hey, you want to get good at, let's just say even social skills, or you want to get good at making money, you got to do the don for 5 years. You want to do that? You guys want to learn the foundational, simple things, practice every day for 5 years and make money? Yes? No? Yes. Or, fuck that, don't. I got this one video course. Just watch it once. And there's some secrets that'll allow you to skip the don, and you'll make money within a week, within a month, guaranteed. What's catchier? The within a month. No? Anything you can do to try to skip ahead, that's what we try to do. But, although yes, you can cut your learning curve, and that is technically called skipping ahead isn't, skipping ahead is not, this is the path of the don, and I'm going to go and just appear there. Skipping ahead means you do this instead of zigzagging about and then finally arriving there. That's skipping ahead. But you still have to go through the don. It's impossible to get here without going through these steps. Skipping ahead means stop wasting time. It doesn't mean you can jump over different steps. And that's what we all try to do. And guess what? Now you're stuck because you keep looking for the program, the course, that will allow you to just jump over these steps. And the sooner you surrender to the work, you're like, there's no fucking program that does that. There's programs that will teach me how to go, a straight line instead of zigzagging around. The sooner you'll get good. You can't skip ahead at becoming like amazing guitar player. You got to pay your dues. You can't skip ahead at being good at business. You got to pay your dues. You can't skip ahead at even public speaking. You got to pay your dues. And the stuff that makes you good is not the glory. It's the stuff that's done behind the scenes. And that's the other thing with social media, is everything we do, we want the glory. Most people can't work unless they post that they're working on Instagram. For real, they can't enjoy it. They're working and it's like, I must post it. I'm working, everyone. And now you feel a little better about working because you need that constant glory. You need that constant attention. You can't work in quiet. People have to discuss their goals on Instagram. They can't just focus on something. It's like, so here's my plan, everyone. I'm going to do this, and now they get all the glory. And no wonder it's tough to stick at it. If you always need the praise, you're not going to get much praise doing boring things. And it's the boring things, the foundational things, boring, that get you ahead. If you're impatient, you try to get it fast. You measure how good you're doing by how much feedback you're getting or how glorious the work is. No wonder you're going to give up. Because you have this unrealistic view of success, this unrealistic view of what it takes. Okay? So, action steps. Try doing stuff and not posting it on Instagram. Try doing, someone's like, no! Try doing some boring things. Surrender to the work. And don't be so impatient. Now, one thing that helps with that is reflecting on the fact that those boring experiences, you'll never have them again. We just want to skip ahead to the glory. But once you're at the glory, you can't have the experiences of learning how to get there. And those are some of the best fucking ones. If you watch a movie and say it's the little Siegfried prince working his way up and then becoming king and emperor. Say, I totally random made it up, but say it's that. We all think, man, once Siegfried's the fucking emperor of the world, that's the shit. But no, because then you don't have the experiences. Like, you love the movie when Siegfried's like leveling up. You don't want to skip over those experiences. Those are some of the best experiences. When I look back, same with success with women, same with public speaking, same with business. First time I said hi to a girl, one of the best experiences. It wasn't like, I'm only going to be happy once I'm really good. No, saying hi was crazy. Nothing happened. It was a 30 seconds saying hi and then me running away all scared. But that was an amazing experience. First time public speaking, amazing experience. First time recording a video, amazing experience. I sucked. It was horrible. I was unable to record it, so people don't know that. I literally stood there with a camera in front of me for 2 hours, unable to record a video, because I was afraid of what other people would think. And that was an amazing experience. I won't have that anymore. I'll never have that experience again, because I don't care what people think now. But I miss it. That's what adds the contrast to your life. If you want to hear the story, by the way, as a side note, I was in San Francisco. And again, people don't know this. I was the worst ever at recording videos. I was the worst. I almost didn't get hired because I was so shit at recording videos, by the way. The worst of the worst. I couldn't even get past, hey, so this is Julian, and that was it. So bad. And the first time I ever tried, I was in San Francisco, took the camera down by the pier, and it's right by the water, and since you're on the water, the sound will transport, very fast, and even whispering sounds like you're yelling. And it was me, there was like an old couple, a kid on a skateboard, and a couple other people walking by, and I had to do my very first video on, going up and saying hi to women, not a topic that, everyone's like, what's this guy talking about? Me by myself, put the tripod up, the camera, and I'm like, let's do this, and immediately, because you have a camera, everyone's fucking staring. Now, less now, because everyone has a camera, but back then, everyone stopped what they're doing, the old people stopped, they're like, what's he gonna say? Literally waiting for me to be like, so, when you say hi to a girl, so fucking scary, and then I was like trying to wait, like, maybe they'll stop looking and then I can go. But because I didn't talk, they anticipated it even more and they stirred even more. And then I tried doing it like very quietly, like, so this is Julian here in San Francisco. And after 2 hours of just doing that and them looking at me like there's something seriously wrong with me, I ran away and never got the video done. Now, you would think, fuck, that's a horrible experience. In the moment, I just want to get really good. But no, that adds to the journey. That was fucking crazy. All those experiences are crazy. So right now, if you're stuck or you're going through a phase where you're not there yet, you won't have this experience again. Enjoy it. You'll make it eventually, so enjoy your way there. Never compare yourself to anyone else, because they're not you. Be inspired and learn from them. Never compare yourself. I always compared myself to the previous version of me in terms of the skills I developed. Always. And I always caught myself when I was making unfair comparisons. So if, hypothetically, some of you compare yourself to me when it comes to social skills, you'll never be as good as me. That's an unfair comparison. And it sounds very extreme, but it's true. It's like me comparing myself to Kobe Bryant or LeBron. Will I ever be as good at them as basketball? You have to think about that, really? I appreciate it, but the answer is no. It doesn't matter what I do, I will never, ever, ever, even plastic surgery, get fucking longer legs and shit, I will never be, in my entire life, as good as Kobe or LeBron. Now, you might think, that's a limiting belief, Julian. If you believe it, you can do it. No. It's impossible for me to be as good at them as basketball. Is it possible for me to be as good as someone working at SpaceX for Elon Musk in terms of creating rockets and shit? No. That's an unfair comparison. Now, imagine I go my entire life judging myself because I'm not as making fucking rockets and I'm not as good as Elon Musk's top team. Here I am on the bus, I'm like, I'm not making the rockets, you stupid piece of shit. What's your life become? You will only be good enough when you make rockets as good as them. It's impossible. You will only be good enough when you play as good as LeBron, when you beat LeBron in a one-on-one. It's impossible. The same here in terms of, say, social skills. You'll never beat me. I'm LeBron of social skills. I am. Why? Well, that's a great question. Similar to LeBron. Because, number one, it's been my job for so long, and that's all I've been doing. None of you have enough time to do it as much as I do it, and none of you travel the world teaching it to people, seen as many fucking people and seen all the patterns as I have. So it's impossible to have such an understanding. Like, think about it. Just in social skills, the first thing I started teaching, I literally would spend every single day testing stuff, reading it, analyzing it, seeing what works, learning about social dynamics. Every single fucking day, nonstop. You have a job, you can't do that as much as I do. I do it every single day. Not only that, but then I hang out with people who do it every single day as well. And we trade ideas on it every single day. Whenever I would read things that would teach me even more about different social dynamics. Then I would travel the world and have clients who I would teach on social dynamics, and I would learn from them, and I would see patterns in them. You can't do that. You can get really damn fucking good, but not that good. The same as someone who, like LeBron or Jordan, they're doing it non-fucking stop. They've been doing it non-stop for years. We can get pretty good, I can get pretty good, but I'll never be at their level. That is an unfair comparison, comparing yourself to someone who has completely different circumstances than you. So instead, be inspired by them, learn from them, but take into consideration who you are in your current circumstances. Otherwise, you'll get discouraged very fast because you cannot win that game. For me, it's like, okay, who else has the same circumstances as me? Me. So only compare yourself to that every day. And then don't expect every day to get better, by the way. It's up and down, and enjoy the ride from there. Just because you have a down day, a down week, a down month, doesn't mean you're sucking. As long as you're doing the work in a smart way, you're moving forward. For me, mastering the guitar, there were months where I sucked at it. And even if, say, I learned a new skill, I would suck at it. And what we do is like, I'm sucking, so I'm going backwards. No, you're learning. Keep going. Go through the sucky parts. And then let go of that instant gratification. You know? And then, again, it's like compare yourself to you a month ago, a year ago, 6 years ago. Where are you now? If you view it from that perspective, holy shit. Never trust what you see on social media. Ever, by the way. You can be inspired by it, but don't think that it's the whole context, the whole picture. You know, I talked about this in a few other seminars. Like, you can literally frame your life as being the coolest shit ever, the most unrealistic shit ever with social media, and people will buy it. And this is another reason social intelligence is gone and people are getting dumber. I could post a picture. I could not work all day. I work fucking all day. Post a picture of me in front of my computer, like open a text file and write something like, actually even nothing, just write out a bunch of letters, just a bunch of letters in a text file. Take my phone, take a picture of me, and just do it like this. Then I would blur the screen, and I would write hustling 24/7. And I would take a few pictures, and the next one I'd mess up my hair a bit, take another picture, and I would wait 6 hours later to the post and be like, still hustling. And people would believe it. Wow, this guy's hustling 24/7. He's still hustling 6 hours later. Shit, look at me in my life, man. In the past 6 hours, I haven't been hustling the past 6 hours. I suck. And you start judging yourself, but it's not real. People judge themselves because they literally see someone post hustling 24/7, and then they look at their lives and they're like, I'm not hustling 24/7. I have to sleep. And they hate themselves. But that's not real. It isn't. And you can't be buying in to this unrealistic portrayal of reality. You see someone post pictures of them smiling all the time, and you're like, fuck, I'm not smiling all the time. I'm a piece of shit. But that's not real. It's an aspect of them. It's not them in their entirety. Someone posts a picture, and they're like, they look really tough, and it's like, I'm never afraid. That person's never afraid. I'm scared all the time. I'm a piece of shit. You know? Don't buy into that. That is like if you believe everything you see on social media, self-hate will be your life. You will feel like the biggest loser ever. And the more you can see behind the scenes, the more you can see those people as humans, just like you, who have their flaws. They're humans. They're not, don't place them on this fucking pedestal. The more you'll feel this sense of belonging and connection with them, and the more you'll feel like it's okay to be you. I would never, ever recommend cutting off social media. Nowadays, if you're not on social media, you don't exist. Truth, for real. You're not on social media, it's going to be very, very hard to function in today's world. Because today's world is on social media. It's not really in the real world. Another reason, by the way, not to care so much about what other people think of you, because they're looking at their phones. They're not looking at you. They're looking at their phones. Very few people today are looking around them in the real world. They're walking in the real world, they're walking in the street, but just try it. After this event, walk down the street. How many people are present to walking in the street? And how many people are walking in the street like this? Yeah, they're walking in the street. Where's their attention? This is the world. Social media. You refuse to be on social media, you're not in the world. You're in the real world, but no one's there anymore. They're all in this world, the digital world. Now, you could argue, this sucks, fuck. Maybe, I don't know, but that's just the world. You're still in this physical world. The physical world now is moving in the digital world. Act in it or you're not part of this world. The key, though, is to not interpret things in an unrealistic way, to still be very aware of what is real, and to be very aware of like how it might be conditioning you, and to perhaps limit your time on it. So instead of just waking up and the first thing you do is, Instagram, like that, and believe everything you read and see, and I can't stress this enough, don't believe everything you read and see. Don't be so fucking gullible. Don't be so naive. Don't be so dumb. That doesn't mean don't believe anything, like never trust anyone. No. But, again, people are human. They're like you. Okay? And then be careful how you interpret it. So someone could watch a picture of some inspirational thing, and they could use that to be inspired. Another person could watch that same social media post and use that to hate themselves because they're not there. Use them to judge themselves and resist who they are. So that's the thing you want to change. Am I using it to inspire myself or to hate myself? Am I buying into the fact that this is how everyone is all the time? Or can I still see behind the scenes and realize that this is a part of that person, but it's not them in their entirety? Am I making unfair comparisons? What's another unfair comparison? Comparing everything about you, everything that you know about you, all your dark shit, versus a picture in a certain part of someone. Usually their best side, because that's the side they put online. You can't win that. It's not a fair comparison. You shouldn't even compare that. So that's how it fucks you. So being aware of those things. But social media is a tool, as long as it doesn't run you or control you, extremely useful. Especially if you want to put a great message out there. That's how you reach people. That's where people are at. So I would never recommend getting off of it, but I would definitely recommend being very mindful of how it's influencing you and how it's affecting you. The second reason is your fear of failure. Value failure. Stop trying to avoid failure. Okay? It's literally like we're all trying to learn how to stand up while avoiding falling over. Because we think falling over lowers our self-worth and means that we're stupid and that we're idiots. But that's not true. Falling over, failure, a classic quote, will teach you lessons that success cannot. The reason I'm here is because I failed more than anyone. That's how I learned. You can't learn how to stand up without falling over. So start fucking falling over. And just because you fell over doesn't mean you're less of a person. That's what we think. I fell over, I'm stupid, I'm not good enough. I fell over again, I'm even less of a person. No, fail. Fail as fast as you can, but learn from it. That's the thing. Don't just fail and just like keep doing it. It's like fail, learn. Try something again. Fail, learn. Try something again. And detach your self-worth from failure. Detach your self-worth as well from achievements. No one really talks about the failure that much. People like talking about only the glory. But just remember, anyone who's made it has failed a ton. Anyone who's made it has looked like an idiot a ton of times. And it's your willingness oftentimes to look like an idiot that will get you ahead. We talked about before how to stop caring. Everyone is just like me, by the way. Most people are like me with that little video. But guess what? They don't get ahead because they're held back from it. If you're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to look like an idiot. These old people are going to think I'm a fucking dumb kid. The skater is going to laugh at me. Fuck it. What gets you the result? What gets you ahead? The willingness to fail, the willingness to look like an idiot. So it's not about, do I look like an idiot or not? It's what gets me ahead? What gets me closer to the win? Value that over looking like an idiot or not. And lastly, the third reason is that you aren't pursuing worthwhile goals. What's driving you? Is it to do something that's against something else or against someone else? or is it standing for something? If your drive is something against, it's going to eat you up inside and it's going to be hard to be motivated. Okay? And you'll see it a lot nowadays. It's like either I'm doing this to prove people wrong, or I'm doing this to beat these people. That'll eat you up inside, it spreads negativity, and then you always need someone to beat. You always need an enemy. Instead, stand for something. You can be taking the exact same action, but the intention behind it, the drive behind it is very different. And for will motivate you a lot more than against. For example, being motivated to show someone wrong or to beat someone, that drive is not as strong as let's do something for, cliche, the good of humanity. Let's see what's possible. Let's push the limits and see what's possible. That is a lot more motivating. Another goal too is what you're doing trying to enhance yourself, enhance your ego, or is it a goal that is beyond yourself? Okay. Is it a goal of service or a goal of taking? And ultimately, when you're for service beyond yourself, you will feel your state improving when you take action, when you work on it. If it's the opposite, you feel something eating you up inside, your state deteriorating, being pulled back. Now, what I want to leave you with here is that if you have trouble identifying what a worthwhile goal is for you, okay, because this depends on the individual, click the link here below, head to transformationmastery.com, which is a digital program I created to really dive into who you are and unlock that authenticity so that you discover what is worthwhile to you, so that you discover this purpose that is really aligned with who you are. So click the link, and until next time. This is Julian, and welcome to Transformation Mastery.
It was fucking amazing.
This was huge for me. This was so important.
This gave me by far the greatest epiphanies I've ever had.
It just made me finally confront my deepest fears.
And we got like real deep, and I found some issues within myself.
One of the best things I've seen so far in my life.
What you're about to experience going through this program is what completely changed my life on every single level. Okay, be it health, wealth, relationships, higher purpose, you name it. This is the stuff that finally produced that true, long-lasting personal transformation we're all after.